Okay, so looking at this bathroom. Now, the ceiling's good. What we run into on the walls, you could do. So I have seen in a modular recently where wallpaper was painted over. The problem that can arise, and I can't guarantee what we run into or not if we paint over it, is the adhesive behind this stuff. So this shouldn't be affected by it, but behind this stuff, the adhesive is water activated generally. So when I strip wallpaper, I pull the wallpaper off the wall, and then underneath I spray hot water and it bubbles up. So if we could run into a problem there where the water-based latex paint gets behind it, like area, you see that there, and then it wants to peel. However, if we could, and see, so this is something it's really hard to quote because this is more of a, if I do wallpaper removal, it's always time and material, but I'll let you know it's expensive because generally I cannot guarantee what's going to happen. So I got to pull all this stuff off, and then typically I spend a whole day peeling, backing, and adhesive, and then depending on how much damage has been done to the drywall underneath and what we're looking at underneath, then I end up floating it with mud, 1 to 2 coats, and you do a coat, you got to float it, wait 24 hours minimum for it to dry, usually 2 to 3 floats, and then a texture coat, and you're done. And this has different texture than the rest of the house. I'd also probably pull off the trim so I could get back behind that, pull off all of this stuff, which I do anyway. Pull the toilet. There we go, we got some light. And that I would recommend having a plumber reinstall. I can do it, but I don't want to have the liability. But the toilet would have to come out. We can paint around it in place. And so that's what we run into is we can do a cheaper job and paint this stuff, which would probably be my recommendation unless you really want to open up a can of worms. But I do see it's starting to come up there. There's a couple places where it's starting to come up. So I can do a little more research, but for now, I would just quote it as painting over it. I would assume it would take 3 coats to cover, probably a good coat of primer over the top, and then a little bit of work with some caulking or some adhesive to try and stick it back in place on all the spots where it has come off. And then I would paint around the mirror, probably, unless you want me to take it off, in which case I might need some help with that, because right now I'm just a one-man show. So there's that.